Have you ever looked at the word jaded in the dictionary? No? Let me read it for you. Jaded definition: tired, bored, or lacking enthusiasm, typically after having had too much of something. Wow, that's a great statement. I myself, according to this definition, would consider myself jaded about a lot of things, very many things. It doesn't mean I'm a bitter old man and will just be stuck in that circle. I do things like meditation, which is what I'm going to teach you to kind of transcend these feelings. But I think a lot of us are jaded. And I've even had the question from previous experiences with women when I was younger, like, "Oh, you must be hurt. Who hurt you? Are you jaded?" I don't even know if they use the word jaded, but I'm using that word. So instead of bitter and hurt and all those terms, I think jaded actually fits pretty well. So if you acknowledge that you're jaded, like I'm acknowledging that I've been jaded, you really have two choices at that point. You can continue to downward spiral and play more video games and tune out of everything that's happening more and more, or you can take it as a challenge to overcome it and to upgrade that feeling and that perception of life, okay? That's what this course is all about. I just want to underscore that there's so much at stake for women, much more than men in a lot of ways when you're dealing with the dating world. There's so many ways their life could get fucked up, okay? It could go off the rails in a lot of ways. They could get pregnant by some loser who, they would be stuck with conceivably for 18 years. They could get murdered. This has been going on since the beginning of humanity. Only in this time that we call modern society, which we're all living in now, with its pros and its cons. If you go back 150 years, not even 150 years, guys, if you go back 100 years, women had zero rights, dude. They couldn't do jack shit without a man's approval or authorization. And this is what this looks like now, and they get all the freedom they can handle. But I think that it's not really about that. It's just so you got the grooming together, you got the wardrobe together, which includes your shoes. So you're looking a lot better. And then I didn't mention, because it's so cliche, but you have to do this. You've got to do some type of exercise. I remember seeing Elon Musk with all of his wealth. They had a picture of him that was circulating and went viral this year. He just looked like a fat whale blob hanging out in his yacht. Didn't look very manly, in my opinion, and I'm sure it was very embarrassing for him. I've seen him in interviews that he doesn't like to work out. Maybe if you get enough money, you could say, I don't give a fuck, I'll just do whatever I want, and maybe that would work, and perhaps it does work for him. But for everybody else, the average Joe just doing a job and making a living and trying to do better, you got to do some type of workout. Now, that does not mean you have to hit the gym. Now, if you like the gym, go for it. I've been working out since I was probably 5 years old. I've been into so many different things, including the gym. I would say this as an older man, now 50 years old. I don't like to go to the gym and just be like a robot pushing around weights. It gets so boring. So I like to challenge my body. I like to do new things, which includes yoga. And I'm going to strongly recommend yoga to you, but it's not what you think. It's not going to be hard. I'm making this super duper easy for even the most macho guy to get involved with this shit. So don't get psyched out, okay? We're going to get into that in the fourth segment. But I also need you, in recap, I need you to get your fitness right, something that works for you that you could do in the long haul, even if it's just walking. There's nothing wrong with walking. One of my good friends, he's 81, He's been a friend for many years. All he does is walk, and he has for years and years. He goes on these long walks. Walks are great for your circulation. They get your biggest muscles involved. It's good for your breathing. It's good for you to get in touch with nature. It's good for you to process your thinking and your emotions. There's books written about this galore. So even if all you do is walk, I would say don't walk on a treadmill. Go outside and get into nature if you can, if the weather's permitting. If it's not, then get on that treadmill and do it. But walk or jog or yoga or swimming or weights. I don't really care what it is, but I need you to be active, okay? So that's part of this full grooming attack we're talking about here. Because if you've got a nice looking body or nice enough, and let me tell you, what guys typically think is a good looking body is not what a girl thinks is a good looking body. We admire big guns, big chests, and all that stuff, like Schwarzenegger. They don't think of it like that. Most women do not like that. They feel it's repulsive. And so you really don't have to do as much as you might think. Just basic muscle tone, and I think flexibility is really important. And leanness, not being a skinny rail. You can be heavy set and still kill it with women, but you've got to be confident in yourself. That's what this is all about. But I can tell you, I'm sitting here at 50, and yeah, my grays are coming in a major way, and I've got a couple wrinkles here and there, but my body is looking pretty good. I have been working on it for years, and I do things that I enjoy. It's not a drag. It's not like a drudgery, and I'm not scanning all the latest men's fitness articles and all the YouTube videos out there and I've had a few articles and I've had a few videos that have helped me on my journey. But you could easily spend all your time just researching all that shit, thinking you're actually making progress, and you're not. So don't be a procrastinator. Just get out there and do something, okay? And it's going to go in the right direction for you, okay?